shoot reunion, Amy and Sarah came to the press room, and they actually took quite some time to talk to us. So thank you, because that was an amazing experience. Unsurprisingly, the first question was about the L Word reboot.
It's going to be, I think we start shooting in the summer, and there's going to be a lot of the returning cast members. The show will center around new cast members.
Okay, cool.
Because, you know, a lot of the girls are already on other projects. So, but I know the OGs will definitely have a lot of screen time and be heavy recurring characters, but I think everyone is kind of a little too busy for it to be their regular gigs.
Cool. Then there was a question about their roles in the context of the events of LGBTQ representation. And Sarah didn't really understand the question at first. I think that had something to do with the way it was asked. So she quickly recovered.
Yeah.
So you guys mentioned that you did not at the time research your roles. Do you go back now and kind of follow the context in which shoot exists, and so say, okay, this is where we were, this is where couples are today? Do you see it as being part of kind of that lineage of how representation is?
Do I go back and look? No, I don't go back and look, but in terms of where couples are today, you know, that's an interesting question, because couples are a lot of different places. And to say if Root and Shaw are similar to any couples, I mean, sure, I guess I don't really understand the question. I think I was trying to like bullshit my way through an answer. And then now that I'm like, I don't think I quite understand what you're asking.
Okay.
I don't go back and watch the episodes, if that's...
To rephrase,
yeah.
Do you go, yes, I'm glad that shoot is part of this progression since about 2005 of seeing more characters on TV?
Yeah, my God, yeah, of course. I mean, you know, like I said, like when I kind of started in this community with the L Word to, you know, now it's become, I mean, the L Word back then, it was the only one. It was that and Queer Eye. And, or queer, what was it? Queer as Folk. And those were the only ones. And then, and now, and it was so taboo. Now it's not taboo. It's normal. It's like it's supposed to be, you know, even so far as Disney making, what was it? Not Gaston, but the other one, their first gay character.
Le Fou.
Yes. Le Fou. Yeah. And anyway, so yeah, it's a beautiful progression to watch, and you know, I think Amy and I both are so proud and so honored that we can have a place at that table now.
Amy, how does it feel to be part of the Marvel universe now and a new superhero?
I was really excited to get to join that community. I mean, for me, honestly, with doing this X-Men show, I feel like I really hope that our show gets a little bit more. I feel like they have this platform to give a voice to LGBT, and I think they've kind of slacked in that department, and I think a bunch of us have told them that, and so I hope that they're able to, I mean, we have 17 million characters on our show, so I don't know that we need to add a ton more, but it would be nice to see them use the X-Men platform, which is kind of built for this purpose, and I hope that is something that happens on the show.
I even dared to ask a question. Well, it was the same one I asked Dot Marie Jones, because I think it's an interesting question. I asked if she was able to pick any award whatsoever, which one would she pick and why? Because, you know, it can tell you something about their ambitions, but also about, you know, the personal causes. So I was curious to see what she was going to answer. At first she replied to it a bit jokingly, and then I asked for her personal causes, and this is what she said.
If you could win any award, which one would you pick and why?
If I could win any award?
Yeah, just whatever you want to win, what would you want to win?
Well, I want to win an Oscar. I mean, not to sound so simple, but I'd like to win a Cannes award, so that way I could go to the French Riviera.
That would be nice.
And I'd like to win an award in Italy, so I could go to Italy.
And maybe something for a personal cause that you're interested in? Or?
You know, I do a lot of stuff with kids. Kids are my kind of where I my heart is the softest for children. And yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to be recognized in that area, I guess. But honestly, I feel like, not to sound kind of sappy, but coming here and meeting different, you know, people and hearing their stories, that's a pretty big reward in itself. You know, to be able to hear how a character that either of us have played, how it's been able to impact somebody's life and for the better, and how it's been able to bring families closer together and help somebody come out, like, that's a pretty big thing. You know, no metal statue does that for you. You know what I mean? So this in itself is a pretty big reward in my opinion.
Thank you.
So, my wife and I named our dog Whiskey after your dollhouse. I'm curious, like, what's your favorite fan response that you've gotten based on your characters or something that you've done? Like, what's your favorite reaction that you've heard or story that you've heard?
It's hard to pick one because honestly, I feel so blessed that I've had so many. And, you know, I remember, I've heard stories of girls that were wanting to commit suicide because they were frustrated about who they were, and then they saw Carmen. And it gave them the courage to come out. And so, you know, the fan mail and the stories just go through the roof in terms of what these characters have been able to be for people. So it's hard to just pick one, honestly, because they're all so special.
Sarah, I have a question for you. So, obviously doing a reboot with the L Word, is there anything that you hope they do differently this time with the show that they didn't do that was positive for the LGBTQI community last time?
You know, it was such at the forefront of all of this, you know, and I hope that this year, considering, God, I can't believe the L Word was like 15, 16 years ago, but I hope they become more sort of inclusive with all the different identities that are out there today, and they're smart enough, I think they will.
Do you see that in the upcoming?
Oh, yeah.
Like butch personas, not just trans.
Yeah, no. I think it's going to be a lot more inclusive and representative of what we see today. And it's interesting how the L Word became such a big thing, and there was no social media back then. Mm-hmm. You know, it was purely on its own for what it was, you know. And so, but the people involved, no scripts have been written, and I'm not a producer on the show. Alicia, Kate, and Jennifer are the producers of the show. But they've got a smart group of women involved, and I know that they're not going to let it go sideways in any way, shape, or form.
I guess in a more lighthearted direction, now that Amy Acker, you're in the X-Men universe and you get, you know, your kind of character's totally a superhero in her own right. Is there any superhero that you let them be like, I want to be her?
Yeah, man.
Like that?
Yeah, I'd love to be a superhero. I don't.
I need to do a big movie.
I would love to be a superhero. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be like Wonder Woman or something. You know what I mean? Like, not that I could. The role's fulfilled. Like, okay. But I don't know if there's a girl. I remember I saw this. It's a male superhero. I don't know what his name is, but I would want to be the female version of this one. So I just remember the picture of the comic. He's on the cover and he's riding a motorcycle and he's got like
Ghost Rider. Probably. Lobo?
Keep going.
Lobo.
Yeah, that would be an awesome one. That would be an awesome one.
And he's got like 4 cigars hanging out of his mouth, and he's on this motorcycle, and he's got this like long hair and this whole thing. Like, I would want to be the female Lobo. What's Lobo's super? I don't even know. I just saw it based on a cover.
It's like a galaxy-wide bounty hunter, like total badass, like
It's like
anti-hero
Shaw.
thing.
Kind of.
It's
Female Lobo.
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Amy, might be too specific, but there was like a hint on Angel between Fred and Willow. Do you ever get responses now wishing that Fred were gay or like fan fiction or anything like that?
I think because of everything that happened to her after that,
Yeah.
I think people kind of
Let it go.
move to a different thing. So yeah. But no, that was really fun. I was like, is there going to be something like that? And then
It didn't happen. Okay, thank you.
You were talking about how it's been 15 years plus since L Word came out and such. What kind of changes for both of you have you seen for women in media since that time, and also for actors or actresses portraying gay characters?
Well, there are so many more opportunities now for women. I think partly because of the Time's Up movement. I think they've been real instrumental in sort of spearheading this sense of, equality. And I think with so executives are catching on to it, and so they're giving women more chances, and especially minority women more chances, with Black Panther doing as well as it did, and what was another one? It was Girls Night that did really well. I don't know, I could think of so many examples, but anyway, there's been a great shift in that paradigm, and I think it's going to continue on that road. Like for me, I'm the first Middle Eastern woman to lead a network show. That's never happened before. And I think it's going to continue, because I don't see, and it's up to us, it's up to the women to keep this going. And as far as I can tell, any room I walk into, those women are not interested in slowing down. So I think it's just going to,
That's it for this press room visited by Amy and Sarah. If you want to see more videos from the press room or the event itself, check out my ClexaCon playlist. What? Hey! Oh no, I can't go to YouTube's page yet because I don't have enough subscribers. If you want more queer content, and I think you do, subscribe to my channel. Help me out.